Okay, we're live.
Hello.
Hello, Katie.
Hi.
How you? Hi.
How's it
So
going? Look
how?
at
Good, good. I'm out here just getting my morning run, walk slash run.
yeah. Walk slash runs live.
Guys, if you guys are catching this live or catching the replay, hashtag live or hashtag replay, thank you guys for tuning in to this live broadcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate all you guys. Much love. God bless you. I hope you woke up and ready to go. Oh yes, I have a guest on here. Her name is Kady, and she's a public author, a published author, and she would like to share some things with you guys this beautiful morning that God has created. Yes.
I love it. Thank you for having me here. I love chatting with you. You've got such an amazing energy, and you're always checking in with people. So I appreciate that because you do that with me in the background too, and just always sending that love. So thank you for having me here this morning. I wanted to chat with you a little bit about kind of some more deep stuff today. I really get into a lot of really important issues in some of your other broadcasts. And two of the most recent books that I've written recently are really about coming through stigma and thinking that you can't talk about certain things and, hard challenges that have maybe come up in life. You've had some pretty hard things in your life as well that
Yes.
what do we do when we feel like we can't really share how that's affected who we are, and just staying silent through some of those really really tough things that have gone on. And in writing about them, I'm sure you probably share this sentiment. Writing about some of these things that happen, the feelings that come up, it really really releases a lot of that tension, that anxiety that I think we hold internally on some of the stuff that's happened.
Yep. Exactly, because you have to. It's called You get a point of self awareness when you write things down on paper, right? And you let
Yeah.
them go out into the world. You release all that tension and anxiety because we try to hold things back and hold things and we try to mask them, like the world gives us band-aids for this type of stuff. Like, here's a band-aid, right? Just cover it up. It'll be okay. It'll be okay, just
Yeah.
cover it up. But the more that you share it with the world, the more that you share it with yourself, and you come to grips with what has happened to you, and you just say, you know what, I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to put it out into the world and let people know what has happened, right? Because
Hmm.
I could look at myself in the mirror and be okay with that. And the more that you write things down, it helps you with self awareness. It helps you with it's called self therapy, right?
Yeah. And
Right.
it's a really interesting thing when it comes to people who are published that I can't remember the stats offhand, but there's so many people that really love to write, would like to get their story out there, and for whatever reason, kind of halfway through a process, they dial it back, right? Like something doesn't get done, something's not finished in the end, and it was huge awareness for me in going through a publishing process that a lot of people have started even with a publisher or self-publishing and really got stopped along the line. And I think that has
Right.
to do with facing what you're writing about. At some point it becomes very, very real, and is at the point that we retreat back to self
Right.
and don't fully dive in. So it's quite the process when writing, and what happens, it's a beautiful thing. And so for yourself, you're with your poetry, how do you find process wise? Do you ever sit down and actually do like, this is what I'm writing about, or is it always organic, just flow?
Oh, I let that stuff flow
Yeah.
because I don't want to get too far in my head. I like to come from the heart.
Yeah.
We either coming from the head or we coming from the heart. When we come from the heart, we coming from a place of spirit, right? A
Yeah.
place of being one with nature.
Yeah. Fully agree.
Right. Because nature doesn't force itself to do anything, right? Nature doesn't say, you know what, I'm going to sit here today and I'm going to plan all this stuff out today. I'm going to do this like this. No, it
Yeah.
goes with the flow, right?
It just happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
always the way it's supposed to, right? It's a great metaphor. It happens and it'll come out the way that it's supposed to. It'll grow the way it's supposed to, right?
Yep. Yep. It'll grow the way it's supposed to, right? You don't see, like, you see all these trees, they're calm, they're just sitting there. They're doing what they're supposed to do, right? Instead of
Yeah.
forcing themselves to do things that they you know, we a lot us as human beings will force ourselves to do stuff. Just relax. Just relax
Yeah.
sometimes. We put too much pressure on ourselves. We like sometimes we like suffering, right? We put suffering on ourselves.
Well,
Right?
I think
When it
yeah,
can go ahead.
I think we're
Go ahead,
so
Katie.
used to suffering, right? Like there's when you've gone through something that's challenging, maybe it's, at home, maybe there's been abuse, maybe there's been tough things at work, whatever it is, I think we've experienced unfortunately collectively so much suffering that it
Yep.
becomes easier to experience than to let that
Yep.
go and do something else.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. But that's why, it took me a while to let stuff go, but you just have to, when gotta bring things in your life that help you with that, right?
Yeah.
Like certain deaths in your family, it'll bring you to a point to where you have to start being self-aware. Like, the pain brings stuff out of you that you never even knew you had, right?
Yeah.
And the pain works for our good.
Right. Well, I love the acronym for pain, the pay attention inside now. Like what's actually coming from that pain. Pay attention to what it is because there's something more than just on the surface. A lot of the times the stuff we really feel deeply is so much
Yes.
more.
Yes. Exactly. So much more, but we I this past pain that I've been through, I found a lot of love inside of it. All right, it
Mhm.
was a love that I. It wasn't just love for me. It was love that I could share with other people. Right,
Yeah.
because if this pain would have never happened, I would never even knew about this love that I could have shared with other people. This deep love that I wasn't self aware about.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have found the things that I'm passionate about without going through a lot of those struggles. I went to one of the worst rated high schools in my area, and there was a lot of violence. There was a lot to try and survive and stay out of back then. And if I hadn't experienced those things to really push through, I don't think I'd be who I am today. I definitely know I wouldn't, have the strength to get through some of the challenges that come up now.
Right. Absolutely. We have to go through challenges. It makes us stronger. It makes us a diamond in the rough, right? It's that pressure. It's that
Yeah,
pressure that makes us a beautiful diamond. It's that pressure. It's that gold inside of a blanket, right? We're gold. We're a gold block inside of a blanket. As I see my friend Travell was speaking this one day, and he had a gold block inside of a blanket, and every time that we become self-aware, that piece of that blanket folds up, and we get to that gold. We see pieces of that gold unfolding, because every time we unfold another part of our life, it's that blanket unfolding, and we get closer and closer to that gold piece, that diamond in the rough that's inside of us, because our outer world is a reflection of our inner world. And the more that we be self aware of what's going on in the inside, we find that diamond, right? We find
yeah,
that diamond, and people find their way through our shine, through that shine. But we have to uncover that blanket, though. We have to start lifting up that blanket. So these things in life that happen, our challenges, just opens up that blanket one piece at a time, one piece at a time. I just want to thank you guys for tuning in too. Again, I can't see none of you guys' comments, so you're gonna have to um, uh, click into StreamYard and allow them to see your names. So hashtag live if you're catching this live, hashtag replay if you guys catching the replay. I can't see you guys' names, but I'm happy you guys are here. God bless you. Tuning in to me and Katie live stream broadcast. I'm from Ohio. Katie, where are you from?
I'm from the Kingston area in Ontario, Canada.
Oh, Canada.
Yeah, just outside of Toronto, about an hour and a half east of Toronto. It's originally I'm from Calgary, Alberta, so I moved across the country, and it's quite different atmosphere here to
That's
Calgary. Calgary's quite cold, different culture. It's different, but it's great.
good. That's good. So, any thing you want to share with the audience? Go ahead. It's your floor.
Yeah, awesome. You know what? I really want to touch on the pressure thing for a moment because it
Okay.
totally reminded me of something that I often talk about with clients. So I'm a mindset and performance coach, and one of the reasons I really kind of fell into doing this work was because of my own goals that I had gone through with anxiety and what was happening behind the scenes before I was really sharing with anybody that I was even struggling. And long time I was wearing a mask of somebody completely different than who I truly am. And pressure is what allowed me to, I guess, essentially remove that mask. And what happens is there's a very unique process that people go through, and they don't realize they're going through it until all of a sudden they're self-sabotaging, and
Right.
they're not actually fulfilling the steps that are going to help them get through a certain stage in life that is maybe really stressful. And that pressure is the key. So there's this idea that when we're really, really full in life, when we've got things going on that are problems, that are challenges that show up, what do people naturally tend to do? I find, and in previous years, I was totally someone who did this, was I really took off some of the pressure by saying, I'm decommitting to this. I can't do this right now because there's too much going on in life, or, that feels
Right.
really uncomfortable.
Right.
So I'm going to do that, right? I'm going to do something else that feels a little more comfortable, and stay back in what I was doing before. And I think what people don't realize in that pressure they're feeling in releasing some and not pushing forward and doing just a little bit more of that thing that makes you uncomfortable is they're really staying stuck in that old way of what maybe you don't even really want to be being anymore. And it's a quite vicious cycle until we learn that, hey, that comfort zone that you're clinging to so much is probably not serving you if you're staying and feeling, anxiety perhaps each day, or if there's moments
Right.
where you just don't feel happy or fulfilled, or it's just stress points within a family member or relationship that comes out. A little bit more pressure on things in a resourceful way has been key for me in really breaking through some of those hard points in life.
Okay.
Yeah, and just kind
So,
of break.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just breaking into it like a new way of being, right? We're all kind of talking about wanting to be in this new way of the world. We've got COVID and everything going on. It's how do we break through that? We need to do things that are uncomfortable that maybe we weren't doing before, right? It's the way that we get past the hard stuff.
Exactly. Exactly. And if you want to live a little easier life, you got to go through the hard stuff now. Just
Yeah.
right. Every day, find something that makes you uncomfortable and go and do it. Every
Yeah.
day, even if
Every
it's
day.
every day. Like matter of fact, when you was talking about when you was just something resonated with me when you was talking about lifting up that mask. Last night I was up late and I was writing a poem called Mask,
Mm.
and I said, "It's been a long time, Pierre. You haven't saw your face. Lift up that mask. Why ask? Why drown your life in this flask? Get rid of the drugs. Unplug your life from your past. Your past is not who you are right now. Just walk into the crowd. Be proud of who you are. By far, you're a star. You're touching everything close to the moon. Soon, you'll be the presence of yourself that you've never seen before. And go to the core of your heart. It starts with you. Just be you and your point of view, no matter what people say. Just walk into that day with the sun shining in your eyes. It's no surprise. Just look in your eyes and realize that you're a star and a diamond shining in the middle of your heart. There's nothing in this world that could tear us apart. So that's it.
So good. So good. Oh, I love what you share, and you can just tell immediately that it's from, right? It's unscripted.
Oh
I
yeah,
love it.
no, yeah. I already try to practice unscripted stuff, right? Because I like
Yeah.
to go with the flow. Whatever the message comes from God, I like it to flow through me, not through me for the people. We're on a live broadcast. We're in a portal, right? And people feel your energy through this time portal that we're speaking through, right? It's this message
Yeah.
that has to be brung through this time, through this portal, to where you can feel it, where you get goosebumps. You could feel this message in your spirit, right? You cannot deny it, and you can't stop to hear it. It just touches you. You feel it moving through your body. It's that energy. It's that real energy when you're on here and we're sharing a message, right? About uncovering some of that hardship and touching that love inside of that pain, and just sharing it,
Yeah.
sharing your struggles, and things that you struggle with the people, with, because everyone has their own message in their own way, and everyone resonates with someone's story, no matter what your story was, or how you lived your life, or what type of pain you been through. There's someone that's going to resonate with it.
Yeah. And how do we know? We all want to feel like we're part of something, right? Nobody wants to be alone. So to know that somebody's
Right.
gone through, right? You want to find your people. Like your people are the people that have had struggles that are the same as you. And it really, oh, it helps so much. And a voice that something's gone on. You don't know. You don't know that you're going to connect with somebody in that way.
Exactly. That's why you have to share your stuff, because some people, they get to a point, and they get to a point to where they don't want to share things with people. They worry about what people are going to say, or other people's opinions about them, right? But when
Yeah.
we do that, um we're hiding a message that someone needs to hear. That
Yeah.
message could save somebody's life. You never know, that message that you're too scared to put out there could save somebody's life. Not just one person, but maybe two, maybe three, maybe four, maybe a whole country, because that message multiplies.
Mm-hmm.
Multiplication, right? And it's the reason why the world try to divide us spiritually, because we all are connected equally. We all are
Yeah.
connected equally, and the more that you divide people, then the multiplication stops. We had to
Right.
keep multiplying the message. You got to keep duplicating it. All right, that love, that real, that pure love, that doesn't judge anyone, that doesn't want to share a negative opinion. It's okay to 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 have a opinion, right, about things, but not to break someone up or hurt someone's feelings, but actually to help them
Yeah.
walk inside their power, that true power, right? That power that the Lord gives you, right? And that gives you peace, that takes the bricks out your book bag, that makes you light on your feet, because we walk around so heavy. And the more that you walk around with, the more that you start realizing that you are who you are, and you're comfortable with yourself, and you love yourself, and you just take a brick at a time out that book bag, and you start walking light on your feet. Why? Because you're focused on love. And when you're focused on love, there's nothing that could take you away from it, right? And people
Yeah.
can see this in your eyes, they can hear it in your voice, they can see it in your posture, the way that you walk, the way that you talk, the way that you bring the message to the people. They could see that pure love, that's love from your heart, that love that unconditional love from anyone that walks into your life. It don't matter what race, what their dreams are, what their opinions are. Like, we just, oh my God, I'm just rambling on. I'm sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
no, no. This is the
Go
good
ahead.
stuff, right?
Go,
This
yeah,
is the good stuff.
yeah. This organic stuff. This is the real stuff. This is that real stuff. This is that organic, that natural stuff. That I'm in a peak state right now. I'm in a flow state. I'm in that flow of love. Right. I'm watching this butterfly. It's a white butterfly, and I could just feel the love every time I see it fly, and I could just look at nature, right,
Oh,
and
beautiful.
realize that we're one with it. Everyone's equal.
Yeah. And you know what? That really hits home for me quite a bit in, allowing and just being in flow state, because for too long with it all tied to mask and pressure, right? Feeling like you have to be something else and therefore you're showing
Right,
up totally different than who you actually are. And
right,
everybody can feel it. It looks awkward, right? You
right,
don't feel like
right.
yourself. And we know, everybody knows. And it's just everybody needs to drop all of that sometimes and connect and just appreciate each other. I mean, I just appreciate so much that you pop on here so often. You do these lives, you touch people, you allow for people to have a space to really feel, I think, encouraged in just such a casual manner, right? Like it's not in your face to be scripted, like you said. It's just totally flow, and I love that it comes off so much more organically, so much more heartfelt, and it's making a big difference with people. I love what you're doing.
Like my mentor would say this all the time. My mentor says, um, pour out your soul. He says, show your naked soul. People
Mhm.
attract to your naked soul. You want to get on here, you want to be yourself, you want to show people what you like. What do you like to eat? I want to know what you like to eat. I want to know your special gift. Is it poetry? Is it doing music? Is it writing? Is it just loving on people? Is it encouraging people? Is it in the Bible it says if you're going to encourage people with seriousness, be serious when you're encouraging people. When you're showing love, love them no matter what, no matter what. Even if someone hates you, just show them love. Give them love, right? That pure love. That's what a lot of people are missing. That
Yeah,
pure love is it's really natural, but we get caught up in these worldly things. These worldly things that we have to go and chase after that. We have to be this, we have to be that. And then we come up out of ourselves or who we truly are and we forget who we truly are inside because we're looking on the outside, but people forget to realize that our inside is what causes our reality. Like that everything that you see comes from the invisible world, but we looking on the outside instead of the inside, right? That's why meditation is so vital. That's when that comes in because you start going in the inside, right? You start silencing everything that wasn't you, right? And you start just dealing with things that you haven't dealt with in a long time. Like
yeah,
you start facing, you start, man. The only time that you can see a bright light is in a dark place. So we have to be in a dark place to see that light, right? Because if everything was just all light all the time, how can you? Oh my God! But we have to be in a dark place to find that light that's inside of us. So you have to go through pain. You have to
yeah,
go through struggle. You have to go through challenges because that's what makes you a better person each and every day. And you be better than who you were yesterday, just one step at a time. One step at a time will give you a peace of mind. Remember this, guys. One step at a time will give you a peace of mind. And if you want to search for yourself, just look inside.
that's it. No more needed to even be said, right? Like it's brilliant. That's it. Just go inside.
I,
And that's why people have so much trouble with meditation, right? Because it's
oh
how do
yeah,
you sit with
I have
yourself?
trouble with it. I have trouble with it. Sometimes I gotta just like put my hand on my knees, on both of my knees, and say, "No, man, you're staying right there. Period. I ain't
Yeah.
going nowhere. You're about to do this meditation."
Yeah.
Because sometimes you do have to force yourself to like do stuff. But as you just take little steps, like 5 minute meditation every day, then you go up to 10 minutes, and then those little baby
Yep.
steps.
It's
I
just a
want to know some
commitment to
more about
you.
you, Katie.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I want to know some
Yeah.
more.
I love that you brought up meditation because I do. Did you do my last full moon meditation? I can't remember if you popped in or not. I think you did. So I do meditation groups where I focus a lot with the full moon only because the cycles of the moon are really symbolic, right? We go shift. I'm not sure if you're aware with every roughly about 7 days, the moon shifts through kind of a different illumination. And
Yes.
as that happens, it's symbolic kind of in life as to where we're headed. So you might start with a challenge or have a new beginning and work through coming through the shadow sides of aspects of yourself. And the moon does all of this through cycles, right? And
Yes.
I hold meditation groups that focus in on letting go of the stuff that's been building while you're maybe identifying, what are those shadow parts of yourself that you want to let go, and what are the feelings that come up. And I really find that guided meditation is a great starting place for people who have never tried,
Right.
perhaps trying to sit and be quiet, because then
Yeah.
it helps to guide your mind rather than, okay, I'm just going to sit here and be quiet is a hard thing for people to do. Especially, I find
Yeah.
people who are high achievers, right? Because you're so used to being go, go, go to get those things done. And
Yeah.
yeah, meditation's a really hard aspect for people who have just been so busy all the time. And so start with guided meditations for sure. Within the group settings that I do, it's a really healing space because it kind of allows for people to feel like I have people around who appreciate that this is of importance, and let's put a committed space and time towards doing this. And it creates that community feel too. So it's a great atmosphere. Some of them are done online that I do with the live meditation. So it's a really
Yeah.
organic kind of flow to it too. But yeah, huge passion part of mine. I would have never thought growing up as a person that I would have been into meditation. It wasn't my, where I grew up. It was no, wouldn't have been something that was on anyone's minds. But you grow into who you are kind of regardless, right? Like the milestones happen, the
Yep.
things happen, and they are put in your path for a reason.
Oh yes, most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
From a lot of those, I guess, milestones and I like to call them breadcrumbs. So I talk a lot about this within my recent book, Home
Like
of the
that.
Soul, because the breadcrumbs are like, what is it that's the next thing that I need to look for? I can't imagine this whole picture on my own. I can't see where I'm going to be necessarily after all of maybe the stuff that's going on, the hard parts that are going on, but I can see the next thing in front of me, right? If I just look for that one,
Right.
next cue, this person that I need to connect with is saying something that
Yep.
resonates with me. Well, why? There's something of importance for you there. The goosebumps that you get when you say something is so important to someone's journey, because those are the breadcrumbs, right? Those are the parts that are so important.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. The pieces to the puzzle to your puzzle.
Yeah. And everybody's pieces are different. Don't look at
Oh yeah.
anybody else's pieces because they're not going to fit your puzzle.
Yeah. They are. They're different. They're different. Like we're all different, but then we're the same. We're
Yeah.
different, but then we're equal. It's just really. I wanted to touch on something. I wanted to touch on something when you were saying about the moon and the different cycles. It's just like your life, right? And it's just like nature in different seasons. There's a season to cry. There's seasons to be happy. There's a season. There's a season for everything.
Mm-hmm.
There's a season for change. Change is always going to happen, no matter what. Change is always going to happen. That that we go through seasons in life, right? And we have to just have discernment of what season are you in. And the only way that you know what season you are in is by having self-awareness. What season are you in? Because sometimes it's not your season to go and just go after everything. It's a season just to rest
Yeah.
and actually just be with yourself and be at one with yourself. There's a season to just go after all your dreams, all your vision, all your go after your mission. There's a season to cry. There's a season to just be happy, right? There's a season for everything. That's why I was talking about to be one with nature. Nature has seasons just like we do. We have seasons too. And we have to have discernment to actually have self-awareness to realize what season am I in. What season
Yeah.
now am I in? A lot of people don't know what season they are in.
Yeah.
They start
And
doing things that wasn't meant for them to do. No, that's for Katie. That's not for you, Pierre. That's not for you, Leslie. That's for Katie to do. Because God put things in our life just for us,
yeah.
right? For us to do. Like we'll pick up another person's mission. That's not for us. We wasn't supposed to pick that up. But with
Yeah.
discernment and self awareness, you realize, You realize these things. Go ahead, Katie.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And people, it really, really reminded me. So I saw Lisa Nick's talk last year, and she talked about people coming in our lives for a season, right? Like, so we think that the people maybe that we grew up with, or even family members, people that are close to us, sometimes
Yes.
in life, they need to go a different path from where you might be headed. There's a reason for it.
Yeah.
Maybe there's, you're not supposed to be necessarily hand in hand with that person on that path anymore. But it doesn't mean that you don't have love and appreciation for them, but they might not be part of your season. People come and go, just like
Yep.
the seasons within your life. And, I've even experienced this with family members that
Yep.
are, just there's a divide within what's happening in their lives, and it's time to not necessarily go hand in hand in that path. And I could still love and respect somebody from a distance, but
Yes.
boundaries
Yep.
around where you're going and who's going with you.
Oh yes. We haven't even seen it. The Katie just said. Um, there's people that's going to be in your life for a season. They're going to go away. They're not supposed to go where you're going. Your next step, your next season in life. It's
Yeah.
just like the same thing that I had to realize when my mom and dad died last year, 6 months apart. That it was just a season, because we have a season. They had a season to die off this earth and be reborn again in the invisible realm that we don't see. Because I believe
Yeah.
death is life and life is death. The more
Yeah.
that you try to hold on to life, is the more that you lose it. It's just like
Yeah.
money. If you try to hold on to money and put money before people, that's what you lose. You lose
Yeah.
whatever you're trying to hold on to, because it becomes an idol. It becomes more than love, right? When you try to hold on to things that's more, is that more important than the higher being? Is me holding on to my parents, right? They're, you know, no,
Yeah.
because, and I started to realize that the more that I was spending time with myself and meditating and just realizing that it was a season for them to leave, right? It's a season for
Yeah.
everything. There's a season for death. There's a season for life.
And being able to see that
New
is
life.
just, yeah, new life. What a gift, because that's a hard thing to go through.
Oh yes. And at that time, I was like, this is the perfect time to stop doing drugs and drinking. That's when I stopped, because I
Wow.
was in an uncomfortable state. I realized that this is my uncomfortable spot.
Mm-hmm.
This is my uncomfortable spot. So this is the right time for me to stop drinking and smoking, right? Because I'm going through so much pain, and
Mm-hmm.
that self awareness brought me to a point of change, where I'm never going to return back to that spot again. Why? Because I was like, I'm going through so much pain. I might as well just keep going through it. I might as well just quit all this stuff that wasn't serving me or anyone else, because I have a mission, I have a vision, I have a mission to accomplish. A mission. And I don't want to get caught up in my position. I want to focus on the mission. A lot of times we'll get caught up in the title and our position, and we forget the mission. And we
Yeah.
start giving our position an idol. We start our position start becoming an idol, instead of us focusing on the vision that's going
Mm-hmm.
to help other people and bring people together through the power of love. That's one thing. That's the love is a power. It's such an amazing power, right? That a lot of people don't know that we have. The more that we love on people, when we're going through hard situations or hard times, or we're going through a situation where people don't have love in their life and they don't know how to uncover that love,
Yeah.
and the more that you be a clear example of pure love, the more that they catch on to it. But if we keep being like everyone else, how can we show pure love when we just letting our outer world determine what's going on in our inner world? Because a lot of times we let the outer world determine our inner world, and we forget
Mm-hmm.
about what really matters. And what really matters is showing love no matter what.
Yeah, and too many times we shut that down before we can even receive it. So, you're
Yeah.
giving love, right? We're having that interaction where you can feel that that's what your purpose is, but then somebody maybe on the other side is not allowing themselves to even have that come through their boundaries. They've got the reverse boundaries, not letting through the stuff
Yeah.
that needs to come through. And
Yep.
you can feel that too, right? Like I've been there
Right.
myself, where I wasn't willing to even let someone help me, where I wasn't
Right.
willing to let someone feel
Yeah.
like
Me
they cared
too.
about me.
Yep. Yeah, you
Yeah,
got to be able to give and receive. Some people, you never know what people been through in their life, so it's hard for them. It's you never know, so it's hard for them to receive stuff. I'm like that. I was like that. I'm still like that sometimes. Like it's
yeah.
hard for me to receive stuff, and I don't know how to take it. I'll be like, sometimes I'll be like, oh my God, what is this, giving or receiving? I don't even know what it is. Like because I'm not. I'm a giver, but you have to have a balance. You got to
Yeah,
be able to receive too, because that thing that you're receiving is maybe the thing that you need to give to someone else. And if you don't receive it, how can you give it to someone else if you never received it? And there's a
yep.
season for giving and there's a season for receiving. And we have to have that equal balance.
It's all about the seasons today.
Oh
We're doing
yeah.
a seasons, right? Seasons of people, seasons of challenges, seasons of
Yeah.
receiving. You need
Yep.
to. We're going to have to sit down and write some stuff about seasons now. I feel
Yeah.
inspired. Look at your
Oh
tree
yeah.
behind you. It's just too much.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Yes. Yes, you see these the leaves, right? They're green, right? When the winter comes, they change colors, right?
Yep.
They change colors, they fall off, right?
It
They
is
die,
inevitable.
right? But you know what's you know what's nothing never ever dies though. It really doesn't die. It's just reborn.
Yeah.
I call it the rising phoenix, right?
Yeah.
I call it the rising phoenix. I have a phoenix tattooed on my arm because
Mhm.
um, I had to go through these challenges to be reborn again, right? You have to die inside. You got to die a little piece inside every day to be reborn again, right? You got to die to be
Mhm.
reborn again. You got to. It's just like a caterpillar inside of a cocoon, right?
Mhm.
Turns into a butterfly, right? It's reborn. Oh my God, the things that nature does and that God does is so amazing. It's
Yeah.
fabulous. It's phenomenal. It's I'm just showing my gratitude today,
Yeah.
like every
I love
day.
it.
I'm just loving this broadcast, Katie. I'm really happy that you're here. I appreciate you.
Oh, thank you. It goes both ways. Again, I love what you're doing. I love that every time I don't know if you're doing this intentionally, and I know that you're not, but when you start to say something that's totally like the goosebump moment, the sun all of a sudden is like illuminating where you're at. And I love your walk because it's like it's a total, full vision effect for me here. What's going on? Where are you at
Oh
now?
yes.
What are you up to for the rest of your day here?
Oh, I'm about to go on a trip to North Dakota to go
Mm,
see my friend that I make live videos in, and she's my best friend. She's my business partner in our affiliate marketing program online, and I'm actually going to see her. So
oh, amazing.
I'm going to spend some time with her. We're about to work on some products.
Good. Good stuff.
Yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
love what you're doing. Thank you for having me here. I'm
Oh, you're welcome.
hoping to connect with you again soon. And
Oh yeah, definitely. Trust me, you will. Cause I don't give nobody no space. I'm always trying to see what they're doing, how they doing. Cause I gotta keep giving people love, even if they don't want
yeah,
it. They're like, you know what? You're bugging me. Stop messaging me, Jesus. Oh my God, I know you love me. I was like, no, I'm gonna keep showing it. I don't care if you push me away. I'm gonna
yeah,
just keep checking on people, make sure they okay, make sure they fine. I might
yeah.
have a message that might help them.
So
So I'm
important
not
right now.
right, right. It's really important to be there for someone. To
Yeah,
actually be say that I'm here for you. I'm gonna leave you a voice message to say that you appreciate them and that you're there for them, no matter what. It don't matter who it is or what point in life they are in. Just be there for them and show them that you care about them, no matter who it is. A homeless person, someone
yeah,
that you never liked before. to show them that you love them and you care about them, and you have no agenda around it. Because
Hmm.
that's the thing that's in the invisible world. Like things creep up on us like agendas. Oh yeah, I'm only doing this for this. No,
Yeah.
let's just do to show people love and give people without even expecting a thing from it.
Yeah. Just do it because it feels the right moment. Judge what you're doing by what you're feeling. Does it feel good, or does that feel
Yep.
not so good? Because don't do the stuff
Right.
that doesn't feel so good. It's not feeling good to others either.
Exactly. They could feel that stuff.
Yeah.
People can feel that stuff. They feel that energy. I
Yeah.
can. I can feel that negative energy real quick. I'm an empath.
Oh
I
yes.
feel everything.
Hmm. Whether you want to or not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Katie. I appreciate you.
All right. You're welcome. I appreciate you too. And so I
I
guess
look
we'll
forward.
let you head
I
on
look.
for the rest of your day.
Oh yes, time to pack.
Okay. Well, thank you
Okay.
again.
God bless you in Jesus' name. May
Oh,
you prosper in everything that you do.
thank you.
I wish you nothing but kindness, gentleness, joy, peace, love, patience, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness and self-control in everything that you do in every aspect, the known and the unknown. May you create your future from the unknown that walks you into the known and brings everybody to that place of light. And every time they come to that place of light, they look through your insight and you walk them into who they truly are inside, and they arrive as their self.
Okay. I accept and receive
God
that.
bless you.
Thank you.
All right.
Amazing.
You're
God
welcome.
bless you.
You're welcome. God bless you. Have a great and awesome day, and let's rock it. Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
what I'm talking about.
Okay. All
Woo!
right, dude.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you,
All right.
Katie. I appreciate
Bye.
you. Bye.
Okay. Bye.